And what number is going to go to that second x? 2. All right, now we got to figure out what sign. Y'all, which way is this -3 going?
That way.
What direction is that?
Less
So
than.
that is less than. So I need x is less than -3.
Or equal to.
With the line. Good. Why, Keela? Good. It's got a closed circle, so I need a line underneath it. Good job. All right. On this one, which way is my shading going? To the right. So what is that? Greater than. Do I need a line? No. Good job. All right. Let's look at B. Okay. Y'all see? Now this one's a little bit different because these are going opposite of each other. These are going into each other. So I would draw an arrow here and an arrow here, just so you know they're going towards each other. Okay? They're both going to need an X. And what's probably going to go with that first X? -4. And what's going with that second X? 1. Alright? So at that -4, what direction is my arrow going?
Right.
Right. What is that? Greater than. Okay?
It's got a closed circle.
It does have closed circles, so what needs to go underneath this?
A line.
A line. All right, and then if I look at the 1, which way is that arrow going? Less than. Good, it's going to the left, so that's going to be less than 1. Okay? So if you're getting, like, confused, okay, what I need you to think about, do y'all agree that this, if I start at 4, pretend like that 1's not there. They shaded to the right for that 4. Okay? But shade to the right means that it was greater than. We okay with that? Okay, and then if you want to know for the 1, pretend like that's not there, and they shaded to the left, that is less than. We okay? Alright, I want you to do this last one in your group, okay? You need your X's.
Yeah.
What number is going to go to the first one?
-2.
-2, and then 6. So you got to figure out what sign, don't yell it out for the whole. When I had X, what sign needs to go right here, Colton? X is what?
Greater.
Thank you, all the Coltons in here. X is greater than -2. All right, on this second one, go ahead, Colton, since you got Rob here. Less than. Why does this need to be an or equal to? It's a closed circle. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
All right, so what's the difference between, y'all agree that, which two of these are basically very similar? B and C. A, why is A different? They're going different directions. Okay, so right here I want you to write opposite. Those are going opposite directions. All right, y'all, if they're going opposite directions, this is called a or inequality, okay? So, y'all, if it is or and opposite go together, what's the easy way to remember that?
Or.
They both start with O, okay? So if you have a or inequality, they should be going opposite directions. You with me? So when I come over here and write this, I can't just write both of these. I have to write X is less than or equal to -3 or X is greater than 2. Does that make sense how you need that word?
Yeah.
Okay? So make sure you add that word, okay? What's the opposite of or? And, okay? So if they're going towards each other, that is called a and inequality. So when I write my inequalities, I need to have this and what word? And. So X is greater than -4 and X is less than 1. So should C be an or should C be an and? And because they're going towards each other. Alright, so go look at this example right here. And we're going to start on the or one. How do I know that this is an or inequality? Okay, your or inequalities will always say or. Okay, so what direction should these be going? Opposite, right? Opposite next to or. Alright, how many inequalities did they give you? 2. Alright, let's write both of them. I got 5x minus 7 is greater than 13. I got -4x plus 3 is greater than 11. Alright, y'all, we're just going to solve these like normal. What would you move first? Calais, what would you move first on this one on the left? Good, add 7 to both sides. And y'all, what's 13 plus 7? 20. How do you get that x by itself? Everybody okay with me? Everybody okay with what we got going on? Did I do Zoom? Yeah, Zoom. Okay, so it's going to be x is greater than 4. Alright, this guy on the right, what would you move first? Haley, what should we move first? Okay, good. How do I move that 3?
Subtract it from common.
Good, subtract it. What's 11 minus 3? Good, Good, yep. Alright, how do I get that x by itself? Divide, and I'm dividing by what? Negative 4. Okay, you do get negative 2, but there's something, we gotta flip our sign because we divided by what kind of number? Negative. Alright, were we okay with solving? That was pretty straightforward. Now, we gotta graph it. What do you notice about your number line? It doesn't have any numbers on it. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Alright, so, I'm gonna let you put your numbers on here. And the only rule is that they have to be in order. So if we're putting a number line on here, you don't have to fill in all those dashes. The only two numbers that I care about being on this line are negative 2 and what else? 4. But which one has to come first? Negative 2, because you'll add a number line, the negative numbers go on the left and the positive go on the right. So just make sure it makes sense. It does not matter how far you space them out or how close you put them together. I'm not going to be thinking about that. Okay? Alright, so when I go to negative 2, should that be an open circle or a closed circle? Open. What about 4? Open, because neither one of them had a line, correct? Alright, what kind of problem did we say this was? Or, so when I draw my lines, they should be going, but let's just double check, okay? So, right here it says x is greater than 4. So when I get to this 4, which way should it be going? To the left or to the right? Good, it should be going to the right. What about negative 2? Which way should that be going? Okay, so are we good to go? Are those going in opposite directions? Yes. Everybody okay? Or opposite? Alright, go look at these and problems. Alright, if it is an and problem, which way did we say it should be going? Together, good, towards each other. Together.
Wait, when was it like that?
Up here.
Oh.
Remember when those were going towards each other like that? Oh. Alright, so the only thing that's kind of weird about this is there's no and. Do y'all see how they didn't write and? Okay, if I'm like having peanut butter and jelly, that means they're going to be together, right? Okay, so they are going to share the 7x plus 9. Okay, does that make sense? They're sharing the 7x plus 9. So when I pull it apart, I'm going to have negative 12 is less than 7x plus 9. They're sharing it, correct? Okay, so the 16 is also going to have 7x plus 9, bless you, is less than 16. You see how they both have 7x plus 9? Okay, so I'm pulling it apart, but they have to both have 7x plus 9. Are we kind of okay with what we just did?
Yeah.
Alright, so now all you got to do is solve. What should I move first on this one right here, Mason? Okay, good. How do you move the 9? Good. Subtract 9. What's negative 12 minus 9? Anybody?
Oh, we ain't got no calculator.
I'll bring you some. Negative 21 is less than 7x. Y'all, how do you get that x by itself? Divide. What's negative 21 divided by 7? I heard it. Negative 3. Okay, so I'm going to have... Okay, so I got negative 3 is less than x. Is that how I like it? So what am I going to do to this whole thing? Flip your whole thing. So you're going to have x is greater than or equal to negative 3. Alright, for my 7x plus 9 is less than 16. Champ, what should I move first? Okay, how do you move it? Good. Going 16 minus 9. 7. Alright, how do you get that x by itself? Divide by 7. You get x is less than 1. Do I need to do any sort of flipping here? No. Alright, so when I go on my number line, what number needs to come first? Negative 3. And then what else do I need? 1. Alright, negative 3. Open or close, Dalton?
Open.
Close. Which one?
3.
Well, yeah, should it be open or close? What did you say first time? So what should it be?
Open.
Which one? Okay, y'all, if there's a line underneath it, is it open or closed?
Closed.
Closed, because that means you can include it, so it's got to be closed. You said open. I'll just make sure you do what you're talking about. Okay? Alright, well, I'll let you go again. Dalton, on 1, is that going to be open or closed?
Open.
Open, yes. Alright? Now, we said an and, so they should be going what direction? They should be going towards each other, but let's just double check. Add this -3, that is greater than. Which way does greater than go?
Right.
To the right. And on 1, this is less than. Which way does less than go? To the. So are they going towards each other? Yes, they are. Okay, everybody okay?
I'm alright.
All right, let's get down. Look at number 1. Okay. Is this an and problem or an or problem? And. Okay, so go ahead and write and. And when I graph this, should they be going opposite or towards? Towards. Good. So I'll write towards each other, just so you know when you check it. All right. So when I pull this apart, I'm gonna have -1 is less than n plus 9. What's my next one gonna be? Sorry, 9 plus n. That was my fault. Hello. Yes. No, she was not. You're welcome. All right, y'all, what do I need to do when I write my second one? What's that going to be? Yeah, Keelan? You love it. Less than 17. All right, now, are these two things that I can solve? Yeah. All right, Austin, what do you want to move first on this one right here? Okay, how do you move that 9? Good, go with -1 minus 9.
Negative.
Put your calculator.
Oh, wait.
-1 minus 9. -10 is less than n. Do I want to do anything with that right there?
Flip it.
Flip your whole thing, good. Alright, on this guy right here, what should we move, Angel? What should we move?
Hey, did I ever get
Okay, how do you move that now? Y'all with 17 minus 9. 8. Alright, so what number needs to go first on this number line? -10, and then I also need a what? 8. Alright, open or closed on that -10? Alright, what about on the 8? Alright? Which way should they be going? Alright, so go ahead and you can go right in between. Alright, choose the last one I'm going to do with you.
What's that mean?
Just pull up. Oh, you can't see anything out there. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Number, what is this, 2?
Yeah.
Alright, 2. And or an or? Or, so they should be going which way? Opposite. Alright, so when I set this up, I got 2x is less than 100, or sorry, less than 10. Angela, how do I get that x by itself? Go ahead, Angela. Divide by what?
2.
Good. Divide both sides by 2. Y'all, it's 10 divided by 2. Love it. All right, over here. Ooh, what are we dealing with? A fraction. How do I undo a fraction? Well, it is divided by 2, but I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. All right, what's 3 times 2? 6. What's happening to these 2's? Good, so I'm just going to have x is greater than or equal to 6. All right, here's the one thing, okay? I told you I'm not going to be nitpicky about how you do it, okay? But should I put 5 all the way down here and 6 all the way down here?
No.
Why?
Because that's
Yeah, are 5 and 6 pretty close to each other? Okay, good. So let's put 5 and 6. Put them. They don't have to be right next to each other, but put them relatively close to each other. All right, JC, on 5, open or close? Okay, good. 5's gonna be open. All right, Kai, 6, open or close? Good, closed. Y'all, if these are 4, which way should these be going? Opposite. Draw your lines. Opposite.
How, Miss Brown, how is that closed?
Do you see how there's a line underneath it?
Yeah.
That means closed. Okay? If there's not a line, it's going to be open.
Ooh.
All right. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to work number 3 in your group. Okay, the first thing I would do is split this into two separate things. Get rid of that or word.
That's why I put or.
Were you trying to do it all as one thing?
Yes.
Alright, so split it into two things. What do you need to move first on this guy right here? The 5, and you're going to get r is greater than or equal to 7. Are we okay with that? Alright, Champ, sit up. Champ, sit up. Okay? Over here, y'all, how do you get that r by itself? Times 9. What's 0 times 9?
0.
What's going to happen with these 9s?
Cancel.
So I'm going to have r is less than 0. Okay? So what two numbers need to go on this number line?
0.
Which one needs to come first?
0.
0 and then my 7. Alright, open or closed on 0? Which one?
Open.
Open on 0, what on 7? Alright, y'all, and what's this say? Or an and?
Or.
So they need to be going, love it. Alright, 4 is the last one we're going to talk about today, okay? 4 is a little bit different because are those two inequalities put together? No, what word is between them? And. So even though they're not put together, when you graph them, which way should they be going? They should be going towards each other. Alright, so go ahead and split them apart. Alright, what do I need to move first on this guy right here? What should I move? Yeah, tell me, Zoe. Okay, good. Add 1. And it gives you negative 25. Good. Alright, how do I get that in by itself, Sarah? Good. Divide both sides by 5. And I'm going to have n is greater than negative 5. Do I need to do any sort of flipping? No. Alright, the second one, Gavin, what do you want to move? How do you move a negative 12?
You add 12.
I'm with you. You add 12, alright? What is 12 plus 12? No. I mean, hey, Haley Scott.
I'm trying to ask you a question.
Okay, alright, hold on. What's 12 plus 12?
I heard that.
24. So I'm going to have 7n is less than or equal to 24. Scott, what's your question, baby?
Why you can't move the 5?
Why can I not? Right here? Because what's with that 5?
Over here.
An n. So can it go with that 26?
Yeah. No, it can't go.
It cannot go, okay? Alright, y'all, so now how do I get this in by itself? And put it in your calculator. What's the notice? It's a decimal. That is okay. Let's round it to 3 point. Not 3.0. 3.4 is fine, okay? So, when I put these two numbers on my number line, oops, sorry, which one needs to come first? Negative 5, so I'm going to put my negatives first. Alright, and then I'm going to have 3.4, because I want you to know that it's not a whole number. You won't have to write on your quiz or your test. No, not on your quiz.
My
They'll give
calculator's
you
cool.
all. Okay?
My calculator's cooler than yours.
Alright, so now, hey, stick with me, we're almost done. Open or closed on negative 5.
Open.
Okay, what about 3.4?
No.
Was this and or? And, so they should be going together. Beautiful. Alright.